Hello and welcome to the Embroidered Elephant channel. My name is Kim and today it's my birthday. I'm just coming on to introduce a video that I will be doing. So today I am doing something quite exciting. I am going to the Natural History Museum in London to go to a Toft event to make Charles Darwin. So for those who don't know, Toft is quite a well-known company, I'd say, definitely in England at least, especially for a lot of amigurumi, so toys, animals, plants. I think they've done recently, flowers. She does a lot. So it's Kerry Lord who is behind Toft, and she does a lot of it. So the event starts tonight at 6:30 and it goes on until 9:30. I think we start queuing from 6:30 and we get in at 7. So yes, I'm very excited. I'm not quite sure what to expect. I wouldn't say nervous. I'm quite eager to get into London. I don't take the train a lot, so it makes me slightly more on edge than getting in the car, I guess. I always worry that the train might be delayed or there will be strikes or something might go wrong and I'll miss it, but I'm sure that that won't be the case. So once I get on the train, I will be perfectly a-okay and I'll be looking forward to it. I am not going to take my camera in, unfortunately, just because I know that there are a lot of robberies in London, particularly around Christmas time, I'd like to say. So I'm very reluctant to take my camera in. Unfortunately, I would love to, but I don't want it to get taken. But what I will do is try and take lots of videos on my phone. Again, I won't take that out as much, but I will be taking photos and videos just to give a little bit of an idea of the event, really. I am taking a couple of things that I've made from Toft patterns with me so that I can have some lovely pictures taken with Kerry. So I have a hat that I crocheted recently out of Toft yarn and a Toft pattern, and I've also got a mushroom that I made this year for my partner's birthday. So I'm taking both of them in and hopefully I will get some lovely pictures with Kerry with them on or using them. What am I expecting? I don't really know. So I've seen a few pictures of, there's an event where it's sort of in a hall and there's circular tables where everyone sits around in circular tables and you arrive and you've got the little kit in front of you. I've seen a picture just now when I googled it. I never know whether to leave it as a surprise or not. I saw a picture as I googled it and it was just one long table down quite a tight corridor or room. So again, I don't know what to expect. I'm assuming that the kit will have all of the yarn, a hook, the pattern obviously, and just things like that. And again, I'm assuming that Kerry will be talking about the pattern and talking through some techniques that people find difficult. I don't know whether we'll start with Charles Darwin or the little octopus that's there either. Again, I'm completely not really sure what to expect. I know the themes of it, but not what's going to happen when we get there. So that'll be really exciting as well. Other than that, I don't really have too much to say. I did let them know that it is my birthday today. The lady on the email said that she wasn't sure that they'd be able to do anything, but she will let them know anyway, just so that I'm assuming they can say happy birthday. But yeah, that will be a surprise as well. So the next time I will be speaking to you will probably be when I am home after I've done the event. I will show you the progress and talk a little bit about it, just in case you want to go and you wanted to see what it's like. So it is now after the event, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but it was the 13th of December. That's my birthday, and that's the day that the event was on as well. So they told us to get there for 6:30 and start queuing up. We would be let into the building around 2:45, and the event would start around 7 and go on until 9:30. So I got there relatively early. I think I got there around 5:30. My initial plan was to find the museum, find the entrance, and then go grab a coffee or something like that. What I actually ended up doing is following my map in various different directions, walking around a large part of South Kensington, walking around the museum just to see what it was like, and also because I was a little bit lost as well. And eventually I found a couple of people who were also going to the Toft event, and we found the entrance together. So we went in through the Darwin entrance, and I'm assuming that we were in the Darwin ward or corridor. So I'll insert some pictures here of what it looked like. So I couldn't get a lot of videos. I tried, but because I was also talking to people, I didn't want to be rude or look strange, just keep getting my phone out. And I also wanted to make the most of it. So I've got a brief video of what the layout of the room looks like. I've got a picture from the official Toft Instagram of what the tables looked like. I thought I got a picture, but I clearly didn't. And I have got a few other videos of the outside of the Natural History Museum as well, because I haven't been in so long and it seems to have changed quite a bit. So as you will see, when we arrived, we had a few things on our tables in front of us. So I have put my stuff in a project bag now, but I will show you what was in front of us. So one thing that was on our table was this. Now this is a neck torch. I won't show you it because it's the same as any other neck torch, I'm assuming. It just sits around your neck. It's got 2 buttons on either end, so that when you're crocheting you can have light directly on your stitches. Now because we were in the museum and the exhibits there, so all of the glass jars with various different things in them need to be kept quite relatively dark, not in bright light. So we used the torches because it was a little bit dim, and they worked really, really well. The next thing that was on the table was a badge. Now, I have bought things from Toft before, and I think I've got one badge from a book that I bought directly from Kerry a few years ago. But this was the badge that was on our tables. So this is in case you're not aware, this is a fabric badge, and people either pop them on their bags or they keep them like this and collect them. Toft are quite known for having various different badges. I believe that staff members have their own badges as well. So this is Kerry's. There was an opportunity to grab some as well. So she had a collection at the front, and she said if anyone hasn't got any of our badges, please do just ask. So this one's Kerry's. Kerry the Chameleon, Rosie the Dashhound, Rachel the Bedlington Terrier. So they're quite cute. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I quite like him. He's cool. And apparently this is going to be the patch for the next 12 months for any events that they do. I don't know if that includes other events that they do throughout the year, but not sure. Then there was the pattern. So I can't really show you. I can show you this one. So this was Charles Darwin. This is Charles Darwin. So you've got the 2 of them there. So along with Charles Darwin, you can make a hat and a cape, and his pet octopus as well. So as we went in there, there were various tables that we could sit down at. The people that I'd queued up with and had spoken to a bit chose a table right at the front, so I went and joined them. Unfortunately, I didn't get any Instagram handles. I didn't add anyone on Instagram while I was there. I was going to take along some business cards because I've got a QR code on the back where you can add people just by hovering over it, I guess, but I completely forgot. I thought about it on the way there, but it was a bit late by then. Anyway, So we sat down at a table near the front. I went over to grab a cup of coffee and a glass of water, and whilst I was up there, there was a table full of exhibits that one of the biologists or the staff members had brought up from the archives, and there was various different ones. So one was a coconut crab. He was pretty cool. She was pretty cool. He or she. There was a centipede or a millipede, one of the two, that apparently hangs in caves and catches bats. There was a starfish, and there was actual Charles Darwin's pet octopus. Obviously he's not alive anymore, but yeah, he was there in the exhibit jar. So that was really cool. Once we'd done that and everyone had sat down and found their seats, Kerry started with a big screen showing us some key techniques. So she started right from the beginning. So how to make a magic circle, single crochet, double crochet, chaining, sort of everything like that that you could need for the pattern. She said for the people who were experienced in crocheting, the challenge would be to make the octopus, finish him or her, and then we could at least go away with something that is done. For the people that were less experienced or new to crochet, she advised that they start off with Charles Darwin because it was less fiddly to work with. That was in DK, whereas the octopus was in embroidery thread, so much slimmer. So after she went through the key techniques, we started on the octopus, and it was very quiet because everyone was concentrating. From there, she walked around for a bit, as well as two of her colleagues, asking questions, looking at the various Toft things that people had brought along, and chatting and helping people out. Then around halfway through, probably, Kerry stopped us again and went through some more techniques. So how to do the bubbles for the eyes, how to do the legs, and how to decrease as well. So that was really nice to have an in-person demonstration of the techniques that were a little bit more difficult. Then again, we went to chatting, having a bit of time to get through the pattern, finish up. She gave us advice on how to stuff the octopus and various different things like that. Then at the end, she spent sort of 15-20 minutes, I guess, going through the key techniques for the Charles Darwin doll, how to do his hair, how to do the thumb and the fingers, various different things like that that people might struggle with. And she just spent some time answering any questions we had, which was really, really nice. Right at the end, as people started leaving, you had the opportunity to take pictures with Kerry and just meet her and talk to her a little bit. So I went up and had some pictures taken with my finished octopus, which I will show you in a second, and the Toft mushroom kit that I had made from a couple of years ago. So that was really nice, and I have met Kerry before. She is really nice, she's really down to earth, and she's easy to talk to. Some people who are quite well known, you assume that they would not be high and mighty, but they would have a certain way about them that they'd rather not take pictures with you, that they are too important for that, or, you know, that's not what they're paid for. But Kerry was really down to earth. She had a conversation with everyone that came up to her, and she made comments on everything that people had made. And because the company is run by her, she knows obviously a lot about the different products. She answers any queries that people had, regardless of what project it was about. She was just really lovely, to be honest. So yeah, let me show you my finished octopus. So at the end of the event, this is what I came away with. So the glass jar was included. Obviously I don't have one that I can show you, a spare one. It's not focusing, I think, because it's in the glass jar. But this is him in the glass jar. You've got his little eyes, and then this is him. He's got his two little eyes, and then all of his feet. So this is what I finished whilst I was there. It was really interesting because everyone's skills were so much different. So you could tell the people who had made a lot of Toft toys because they understood the pattern really quickly and they just got on with it, and they had nearly finished by the time Kerry sort of interrupted to give us some advice about making the legs and the eyes and things. They'd already pretty much finished. Some people's tension was so tight that it was tiny. Other people's was quite big and it didn't necessarily fit in the jar. It was just a really interesting experience because everyone was making the same thing, but everyone's octopuses were so different. So yeah, it was really interesting, and I've never crocheted in a group with people before. So it was really nice to speak to people and understand what they were talking about when they talked about various crochet problems or gave crochet advice. I understood everything that they were saying, which was really nice, and it was really exciting for me to be in a big group of people with the same interests and doing the same thing. It makes you feel like you're part of something much bigger, which was really great. Last thing that I realised I haven't showed you is just the yarn that I got. So I won't necessarily get all of it out. This bag is full of stuff from the actual event. So it came in a normal skein, but this was the yarn that I used to make the octopus with. So as you can see, it is very tiny. I wasn't exaggerating when I said that it was tiny. And for that we used a 1.75mm hook. So again, pretty small. The other hook that is given is the standard 3mm hook. And the yarn that we were given was quite a lot. So that's fluff. The fluff is getting everywhere. 25 grams of oatmeal, which will be for his body. 25 grams of cream. Another 25 grams of cream, 100 grams of charcoal, and these are all 100% wool. Black, 25 grams, and 25 grams of cocoa. And then the rest of the bag is stuffing. I did keep the bag as well, I'm not quite sure why, but I really liked the picture. So yeah, he was really cute as well. I like their little pictures. What I might do if I have time is go through the website and see how much it would have cost me to buy the yarn and the various tools and things that I was given individually, just out of curiosity to see how much it was. I understand that in kits you can sometimes get it a bit cheap. Well, I'm assuming that you can get it a bit cheaper. Bearing in mind at the time this was exclusive as well, so I don't know how much the pattern would be worth. I know that a few kits were put on the website after, like in the morning of the event. I don't know how much they were on for. I did have a look out of curiosity and they had already sold out. They were nowhere to be seen on the website, so they must have gone really quickly. I would definitely recommend it. I know that it is at a higher price point. I wouldn't do all of them just based on the price. I think it was definitely worth it, but it is more of a treat for me than something that I can afford to regularly do. It was really worth it for me because you get everything you need for a pattern that you hopefully will enjoy. You get to meet Kerry, you get to have exclusive advice from her. Yes, you can also see videos, but I don't think it's the same as being able to ask her questions and interact with her. The atmosphere is really nice as well, full with other people who are really excited to be there. And you can make friends and see people in person, and just crocheting in the Natural History Museum is just a really nice thing to do, especially making Charles Darwin, who is so important to, you know, the Natural History Museum. So that was really exciting. As I said, I would recommend it, but maybe not regularly depending on your budget, but it was definitely worth it. So thank you very much for watching. Anything that I have that will support you in either booking your own experience next year, if any of the dates are up, or to buy yarn or any of the things that I got at the experience, I will pop below. If I did work out the cost of the materials and things that I got, I will pop it here as well. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a lovely December, and until next time, take care. Bye. Oh, stray yarn.